protected activity.
It's a little.
I thought they would know. I thought they would know.
Maybe didn't. Maybe
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe we can get some additional training on the First Amendment.
But
so
on the other hand, on the flip side of that,
Yeah.
maybe you could be more, I don't want to say forthright, maybe that's not the best word,
Yeah.
but more, describe what you're doing with a little more clarity.
Okay.
So that the average everyday person can have.
Yeah. No. My main goal is to educate and to I hope they all understand now that because I am a resident here of the town of Brookhaven, and even if I wasn't, I still have full access to the building. So I just don't want to be.
Well, you do within certain areas.
Within certain areas, of course, restricted areas, exactly, or somebody's personal. I would never do that just because that's.
It's not. This is not frequently done.
No, I understand.
So
I understand that.
You're wandering around.
No, I can understand that.
Taking pictures. Some people, what's going on?
I understand, but if anybody had a question, no, but if I could understand that. But if anybody had a question, I would, just like I'm talking to you. If somebody came at, when the difference between you and why I'm explaining myself better to you than I did to the officers in the front is because they came out with a very aggressive, very hostile attitude. And if you don't want to talk to me and have a productive conversation, like they could have said, "Hey, sir, how are you? Can you please explain to me what it is exactly you're doing?" You can only go to one department. You can only go to one department. I'm going to all the departments. I'm just gathering content for my story. But the way they came out was definitely not a professional manner. And I would just like I'm being professional with you and I'm explaining to you everything I'm doing. I would have done the same with the officers. So just for the future.
Well, again, it's quite out of the ordinary.
Gotcha.
So
I can understand that.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of people nervous, and we got several calls upstairs in the
okay.
office.
I can understand that.
I wandering around, and
I know.
We have had people, just so you know.
Yeah.
You're not
Yes.
this,
Mm-hmm.
but we have had people come in here, men.
Yeah.
Going into the ladies' rooms.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Okay. Yeah.
So they see somebody coming around with a camera.
I just think common sense would be, somebody's not going to videotape their crimes,
People come to the building department frequently.
Yeah.
So when people come to the building department,
They don't.
people from the outside.
Yeah.
It's not looked at in any way as a strange activity because that's a commonplace occurrence.
Okay.
But when people are upstairs and planning,
Yeah.
and people are other areas of the building that they're not frequently
public areas. Of the building.
but when that's not frequently seen, people
Okay.
go, "Oh, gee, what's going on?"
Oh, I can understand that. I really could. And like I said, my intent here is not nefarious by any means. I've never heard of a criminal who records his own crimes, but
you never know.
I've never heard of that
People
before.
go on Facebook doing all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah,
Pictures of
that is
themselves,
true.
And then it helps them get arrested.
That is true. But yeah, nothing nefarious going on here. It's gonna continue.